guys. Injuries from the game. Brock Purdy had an elbow, and Josh Johnson concussion. Go ahead.
Do you have a sense at this point of the severity of Brock's injury?
No, we don't. He's got to get an MRI and things like that.
What was it? Just painful for him to continue?
No, yeah, he couldn't throw. Barely could do those screens, so he wouldn't have gone back in unless we had to.
How difficult was that for you to put him back in the game?
We need.
That your quarterback couldn't throw?
Yeah, it's difficult. It would have been the same. I mean, it was that or we were going to go Wildcat, so we would have mixed both in, but we didn't get long enough drives to show that either. I'm not sure. They just tell me that he's out and goes to the tent. I don't know who did it, but he had one.
Sorry, but when Purdy gets hurt, you start thinking at that point, what happens if the backup gets hurt as well? What we call that?
Yeah, we have that. And we have an emergency package, but usually hoping you can end a game with it and stuff. So we put our quarterback in there just so we can at least run our normal run game.
Yeah, just my arm just felt like it stretched out. Just felt like really a lot of just shocks all over from my elbow down to my wrist, front and back. Just pain, really, all over. I have no idea. We getting an MRI tomorrow. It is a little swollen in the forearm area near the elbow, and that's all I know, man. It's still in pain, obviously, but just got to get the MRI tomorrow. I've been throwing after the hit occurred on the sideline just to see where I was at. But even in those throws, it was painful, and so I couldn't throw anything probably over 10 yards, 5 yards. So that's why we just had some screens. That was really our only option when I went back in. So.
Didn't wear a jersey? You got Miles. You sit with me, Taylor. You stand right there, girl. Sit. No, you're gonna let Taylor sit? My man. Hey. My man. Gave a seat up for his little sister. That was pretty special.
What is that?
What do I have what? Do you want to sit? We're good.
Man, we put a lot of work in and had this opportunity, We put a lot of work in and had this opportunity and to be here. And it's a moment that we want to enjoy as a team. Reflecting on everything that we've been able to overcome to have this opportunity in front of us. We want to take advantage of it. Want to take advantage of it. The atmosphere tonight was amazing. The fans showed up. The energy, all of it. So we bring that to AC.
Do you feel like you left?
That was some of the talks after the NFC Championship game between the 49ers and the Eagles. You can tell both sides were very, very passionate about how they feel about certain things. I do want to say one thing about Brock Purdy's injury. He's a great athlete. He's really proved that he's a good quarterback. He could be one of the best in the league. And I certainly hope and pray that this injury he suffered is not a long-term injury. He is scheduled to get an MRI soon. But we do hope, or we wish him a speedy recovery. Those injuries are not really very, very fun to have. Now let's hear from the Chiefs after their victory over the Bengals. Andy Reid, what do you think of Patrick Mahomes?
He tweaked that. Juju Schuster, that knee acted up on him from the week, and then McCole Hardman gave it his best, and as did all these guys. I mean, tribute to the work ethic. Pat out there doing his thing. Kelsey, who missed the last day of practice, all that stuff. So I'm proud of them for everything they've done. Great for the city. Our fans were unbelievable. Butker, what a redemption story. He comes back and after a high ankle sprain has kind of moved his season a different direction than he wanted for a period there, and he came back and just knocked it out. Sky Moore, who had the drops early, was called on to go out there and return, and he did a great job. with what ended up sealing MVS. Had a nice day. As did all the receivers. We only had 3 of them, so by the end, so they all did nice. Our young secondary, 2 of them got interceptions, and 6 helped cause the interception for 23. So I mean, it was a great deal. Chris Jones had an unbelievable game, along with Frank Clark. I mean, constantly in the backfield, and just busted their tail. I mean, what a performance they had. So, and I mean, I could keep going. I'm sure I'm missing people here, but I'm proud of all of them, man. They did a great job. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
You did mention Patrick Mahomes and his rookie performance coming off the week from the high ankle sprain. How impressive was his performance?
I think I did. You just didn't hear me. I mean, we can't replay it, right? Like the commercial. Can't do that. Herbie, doggone it. Yeah, so, but listen, it was pure grit. He and Kels. But for Pat to do what he did and then to have that run at the end, I mean, I can't say enough. He is the MVP in my eyes.
Fumbled. I try to pick it up, and that was probably the worst tweak that I had during the game. But like I said, they got me close as they could to 100%, and then I just battled through, and I'll have a few more weeks to get it ready.
Well, you just kind of lost the hand.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think it was wide open. I was going to throw it to Marquez. They blitzed, and so he was going to be wide open, and just slipped right out of my hand. And obviously, I tried to pick it up, and I wasn't able to do that. So luckily, it didn't cost us the game, because it was a big moment in the game, and our defense stepped up and got some stops for us there at the end.
You guys are really good at.
What was the difference offensively this week compared to last week?
Wasn't really a difference. They just was double teaming me and T when TB left the game. So, we just had to go to some of our basic stuff and make it work.
So they doubled both of you?
Yeah, sometimes.
That happens.
Yeah, a tough loss. We didn't make the plays that we needed to win this game, and they did down the stretch, and that's what it came down to.
How much is your wrist having, like, affecting you towards the end?
It happened in the last couple plays, so not much.
Did you feel like the pressure that Kansas City gave you all game long was what you expected what they were going to do, or more, and how much of an impact did that role and how you guys were able to execute on?
Yeah, they did a good job. They had a good plan. They did a good job of creating one-on-one matchups up front to let their guys go and try to win, and they did a good job of it.
When you guys get the ball back on the 6-yard line, how confident were you going to take that team to the field goal range and kick the game?
Yeah, that was the plan. We started out strong, and then I had a penalty or two, and just weren't able to. Had a big third down conversion, just weren't able to convert the last couple plays to extend that drive.
Well, you heard some of the sights and sounds from both teams in the AFC Championship game earlier tonight. I did want to know about what Joseph Ossai felt. Joseph Ossai felt after, what his thoughts were about the game.
For sure, absolutely. We're one big family. It's not fake. When the going gets tough, start pointing fingers, we lift each other up, and I'm just happy I got these group of guys around me supporting me right now, because it's hard.
Joseph, have a full season this year after missing last year with injury, see the impact you had, big plays you made this year, how do you kind of reflect on that and, appreciate those good moments that you had this season?
I'm super thankful, man. I thank God for putting me in, because I say it all the time. This time last year, I was on the couch, so just being able to be in this game and being in this stadium, being in this locker room with these guys, it's a blessing, and I thank God for that. And I'm sorry things didn't go our way, but it's a huge blessing.
What's it like?
That was Joseph Ossai. If you joined us late, he committed a 15-yard penalty on 39 with 30 seconds left that set up the winning touchdown against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs win 23-20. and are advancing to Super Bowl 57. Speaking of Super Bowl 57, the odds came out about an hour ago once the matchups were announced. And right now, even though Kansas City is being the most favorable team in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles are the early betting favorites to win. For those of you that are betting, you may want to listen to this. The Eagles are a 2.5 favorite over the Chiefs after these games happened. After the Chiefs game happened, these odds came out. The Eagles are going to be in their 4th Super Bowl in franchise history. Last time they were in a Super Bowl, it was 6 years ago against Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Super Bowl 52. The Chiefs is appearing in their 3rd Super Bowl in 4 years. Last time they were on it was Super Bowl 55, where they lost to Tom Brady and the Bucs. How can you break this down? It's going to be Patrick Mahomes versus the Philadelphia Eagles defense. It's going to be Jalen Hurts. Excuse me. It's going to be Jalen Hurts against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Steve Spagnuolo has had experience coaching in the NFC East. He was the defensive coordinator of the Giants when they won the Super Bowl in 2007. Andy Reid is going to make his 4th Super Bowl in NFL history. He took the Eagles to the Super Bowl in 2004, Super Bowl 39 against the Patriots. Andy Reid coached in Philadelphia from 99 to 2012. He's been in Kansas City since 2013. He's led this team to many playoff berths, many division titles, a couple AFC championships, and some Super Bowls. People are calling this the Andy Reid Bowl because he's coached both teams. He's had the same success in both teams. Many people may not remember that Andy Reid was the one who rebuilt the Eagle foundation after having a couple embarrassment years. Andy Reid also coached with Brett Favre. Many of you may not know that. He also served with Mike Holmgren in Green Bay. Mike Holmgren, the coach. So, remember a couple years ago, they called the Ravens and the 49ers the Harbaugh Bowl because of the Harbaugh brothers. Well, now this is going to be called the Andy Reid Bowl because there's going to be 2 teams that he's coached. One who's led to success and the other one who's on the verge of being the greatest team. Now, here's the big question. If Kansas City wins, will this be the end of Andy Reid's career? He's been there going 10 years. Can he coach another couple more? He still has the team to win it. Don't get me wrong. But you're seeing other teams in the NFL are building up to that expectation. Look at Philadelphia. They had a great year. And you look at Buffalo, they had a great year. Cincinnati had a great year. Baltimore had a great year. Miami had a stellar year. The Chargers were in the playoffs. There's a lot of teams in that AFC that's really, really getting up there. Now let's go to the NFC. Right now, Jalen Hurts is playing his best football. He's got to deal with the Cowboys. The Giants were reborn. Washington's always a tough team. We don't know where Tom Brady's going to be if he plays in the NFL. We don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. We don't know how Matthew Stafford is going to do with the Rams. We do know Sean McVay is coming back, and they got a new offensive coordinator. We know the 49ers are going to be up there running it up. Seattle is up there too as well. Kirk Cousins in Minnesota is is still up there on the top. And Jared Goff and the Lions, they're playing good football. Look what they did this year. They knocked their rivals out of the playoffs. When do you see that often? The only reason I'm saying this is because Andy Reid's coached for a long time. At some point, you got to hang it up. Same thing with Bill Belichick. We know he's coming back for another year, but how long can he go? We love to coach our jobs. We love our jobs, but nothing lasts forever. At some point, you got to be sayonara. So Super Bowl 57 will be on February 12th on Fox from Arizona. If you're having watch parties, make sure you don't forget that game. Coming up next week, the AFC, the NFC Pro Bowl games. No, it's not the Pro Bowl. It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot of events because people are tired of watching touch football with shoulder pads. I was getting bored of it myself. We are going to wrap it up here tonight on the show. I do want to thank you all that are tuning in here. Again, I apologize for what happened earlier. We're going to do our best to make sure we can correct the problem, but we will have segments like this as well. We will still be on the air. We will try to upload this up tonight, but you can start watching the show tomorrow. Now, before we go, I do want to advise you one thing. Next Sunday, I will be at the LA Coliseum. I will be attending the NASCAR Busch Clash at the Coliseum. I said this on Friday. For the second year in a row, it's coming here. Joey Logano won this race last year in a 22 car. You got other competitors coming out. He is the defending champion. Can he make it 3 titles in his career? Well, I just have to wait and see. But tickets still go on sale. Tickets are on sale still. You can contact the Ticketmaster box office. You can go to StubHub.com, or you can go online to purchase your tickets any other way, but that is one event you do not want to miss. Now, before we go, I do want to say one more thing. This is my last week of winter break. I will be going back to school the first week of February. So we may not have a schedule set on this program, but I am committed to this show. I'm committed to the career of broadcasting, and I will do any other way I can to plug this show, promote it, do whatever it needs to do. I am going to be going on radio, so I'll give details at a later time. But for now, I do want to thank you all for watching this episode. I want to wish you all a happy weekend. I want to thank my friends or my close friends, my best friend that's watching. Have a great week, everybody. I hope you all be safe, especially right now with the rain. And again, follow me here on YouTube. And we'll have the show posted shortly. Congratulations to both the Chiefs and the Bengals. And we'll see you next time, right? Thank you for watching.